Hi, welcome to our channel. We're the GraceNotesStitchers. I'm Corinne.
And I'm Colleen.
So, welcome to our channel. If you are new here, we are a channel about cross stitch. However, we just got back from our trip to from Disney beginning of this month.
Yeah.
So we have so much to share. We had a video at the end of January, intended to do one at the end of February. Didn't happen because we were prepping for Disney, but we'll get into all of that in a little bit. But Disney,
Star Wars,
Hollywood Studios, and you're going to see Disney and hear about Disney a lot. So I apologize now if you are not a big fan of Disney. But that has been kind of our life for
prepping for it, then going, and then there, and then
we're still reliving it,
kind of. Yeah.
We still have our aftermath. I'll just tell you one little thing real quick. For Christmas, Colleen bought me the photo pass, and it wasn't just a regular photo pass, it was the whole trip one. And because she did that, everybody who was in our group got to participate. There were 21 of us, and they said up to 25 people with their bands could be scanned. So I connected with all of them, and unless somebody knows a faster way, but I'm basically at the end now anyway, I have to download those photos one at a time. Well, some of my family took advantage of the photo pass and did all of the stopping and where they would just take your picture and add in characters and stuff, which is really cool. But some of them, I got my photo taken with Moana. They took a dozen pictures because as I was talking to her, they were just snapping.
That was stereo too.
Yeah, so that was really cool. But that means it's a lot of photos. So anyway, I'm still in the process of downloading. So to me, Disney's not over because I'm just downloading these photos one at a time. And I mean, it only takes about a minute, maybe 40 seconds. But I'm also then sending them in a group message to all my family so that everybody can see them and take the photos they want. I personally feel they do it this way so that you purchase the flash drive because they say for a certain flat fee they'll put them all on a flash drive and send them to you, send you the flash drive so you can share it with people. So I think they kind of made it hard just because of this, but I'm cheap, I want to save money, and
either way you get them all onto your computer and still send them or something.
Yeah, well, or you send the flash drive, you just hand it off.
Oh, you just mail it to each person.
Yeah, because Aunt Jamie even said to me, could you put them on a flash drive? And because emailing them was out of the question, but because my computer's Mac now, I can put them in my chat, in messaging,
and just attach the file or photo.
it's not hard. But anyway, that's just a little side note. So Disney is not over for me.
Yep.
So anyway, where do we start? So January was a good month. We finished, I think we did do a January recap in the beginning of February. So you guys got to see all of our January stitching. We did pick up some some framed pieces. Should we start there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, those are next to you.
Should I pull them out one by one?
However you would like.
I think that'd be a little bit easier.
I'm so happy about these. Mr. Grace Notes actually, he put some up for me last night, and he goes, I'm sure you had more. I know you had more. And I was like, yeah, I have more, but those haven't been shown yet, so you can't have them.
Big one.
Yeah, is that it? So, yeah, we had plenty to show y'all. You've seen the others. They're now in their places. And he put some up, and we didn't tell Colleen that we were doing it.
I heard the hammering on the walls.
I said to him, don't tell Colleen. I said, just see if she notices.
That's why I came down. I was like, which
So you heard the hammering. So what was the first thing you noticed?
Mulan was swapped with
The fox.
Well, I didn't realize that the fox, that's where it was. And then where Mulan was, where is that? What is that now?
It's Castle Homecoming.
Castle Homecoming, that's what I noticed. Yeah.
So he said because the place where Mulan was had like empty space next to it, he moved Castle Homecoming because it was a landscape versus portrait.
Yeah.
And then he moved Mulan over into the smaller space where I had something else. Then he took my fox. He put that over above the piano because there was an empty space there.
That's next to my fans.
Yeah, next to your fans. Because she had an animal, a horse on one side. So we thought, oh, the fox. That was Light by Barbara Anna.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put one in the bathroom because I have a huge empty wall in there. And then
Cross situation.
Yeah, and then one of my coffee pieces went into the kitchen. He goes, "Where do you want it?" I'm like, "I don't care. In the kitchen, anywhere." I have so many coffee pieces. Excuse me, I'm drinking soda, so I'm getting little hiccups. But I have so many coffee pieces. They're just going to be like shoved in there, like wherever they can fit. That's where they're going to be. So anyway, now he'll get to put these up. So this is Animal Almanac. This is my very first Frosted Pumpkin, and unfortunately nobody's on the other side of that camera, so I don't know if you can see this whole thing or not. I'll hold it back.
Hopefully there's not glare on it.
There shouldn't be, but this is such a cool piece. I'm going to kind of move it up a little. I loved doing this. This was one of those year-long stitch-alongs, one snow globe a month, and I pretty much kept up with it.
The purple goes well with it.
Yeah. Was I in the bathroom or something? Or I was up front making a return or exchange or something at Hobby Lobby. And she was in the back with the frame shop manager. And they kind of picked this purple frame for me. So when I came back, they're like, "Yeah, we kind of chose this. What do you think?" And I was like, I wasn't going to go with that. But I really, really like how it looks.
Since it is throughout and there's no...
Because I wanted something with continuity. So, very, very pleased with how that turned out. Now, all my lacing is done by Colleen. She is hireable. She takes contract work. So she does all my lacing, and then that way I don't have to pay a needlework fee at Hobby Lobby. Our Hobby Lobby has always done a good job with the lacing. I hear stories of people who are not, but if you need somebody who will lace with care, you can always email us through our website or GraceNotesStitchers@gmail.com, and I'll get the email to Colleen, or talk to her whenever you see her. All right, this is Never Ending Story by the Little Stitch Shop. Little Stitch. I don't know. I think that's what it's Little Stitch Shop on Etsy. Oh, I just love this. No idea where this is going. That was one that I really liked.
I thought that was the one you're like, I know exactly where it's going. Did I? Maybe your bedroom?
It'd be in the kitchen.
I mean, the kitchen.
Not the kitchen, the living room. Because it goes with my fairy tales. Sorry, my other phone is here, so if you hear the vibrating, that's one of my group chats.
And mine.
I'll let you talk about that.
This is Memorial Day by Hands On Design. And I used the Sulky 1 strand. 36 count. The can't get any more coconut milk from GraceNotesFabrics. That was on 36.
We might be close to it, remember? We talked about that.
Go back to it, but I got these damn glass. I like to go for that because sometimes I'm like, oh, if I got my own place, it might have different glares and stuff. So I love it. I'm gonna like show all the fabric. Such a pretty color. I'm really happy with it. Yep. 36. So we mailed it out because she was in the fabric of the month. We did the giveaway for this pattern. So since they give you an estimate of how much you would use, I was like, I have plenty since it was either 28 or 32. I'm like, 36, much smaller.
Yep. All right. Do you have any finishes?
All right. I barely have whips.
Yeah, her whips are cross stitch. I almost showed the back.
Yeah.
I was kind of sad because I had a finish in January and I had a finish in February. So this is Lucky Nutcracker by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And I was sad that I didn't have a March finish, or I'm not going to have a March finish. But same video, so it kind of works. I'm hoping that my one strand a day will be an April finish, but it's a lot slower going than I thought it would be. But we'll get to that when we get to it.
What color is that?
It's Atomic Ranch.
18 count.
It is 18 count Ada. I was in their Rogue Stitching Fabric of the Month, where they sent you different companies, different dyers, Ada, each month. I don't remember the name of it, but it is 18 count because that's what I joined, and I do remember that it's Atomic Ranch. All right. So, whoops. Should we do yours?
Yeah, I can get mine out of the way and then I can go back to my crocheting.
Okay.
Yeah, so my cross stitch real quick is, I do not have a cover photo. This is a stitch along I'm doing. I think it was a 2024 SAL from Tempting Tangles, Smog's Erebor, and a behind surprise.
She's doing this out with her aunt.
Yeah, so we chose this as this year's, at least, like, being behind on this isn't like 5,000, 10,000 stitches behind. I'm only like 800 stitches behind. There's a little bit more of a border here. That's like the center of it because it's a circle. And I'm working on the houses. And then there's like these two black towers. I don't think they're the twin towers, since that's more of like Lord of the Rings versus this is Hobbit. The dragon's gonna be up there.
Two towers.
I said twin towers? Yeah, it's the two towers. So they are two large, tall towers. I don't know. Maybe it's the ones where like they actually fight Smaug. So yeah, not much, but I'm using Flosstones. One of the colors is red, and this one's Merlot, the red. But the red we'll use for Smaug is called Smaug. So I think there's Giacoso. She did Ada. Not all the blues, but there's Parchment.
She's doing Flosstones instead of the called for Dinky dyes.
Yes, and I said she did a very good matching to them. So I'm very happy with it. And I'm stitching 36 Jobelin frog prints.
Maybe.
I said it in the last video, I think. But it's been 3 months, right?
It's been what? 3 months.
Oh yeah, here's all the colors. One of the 3D printed ones, floss drops.
Nice.
There's that. Alright.
Why don't you go ahead and show your crochet?
I do have a finished crochet. It's the Wooble Frodo, and he's done. He's so cute. The hair. Ooh, it's frustrating. I had to like sew around like 3 different times because it wasn't laying correctly. But his little cape, and I got the fuzzies on him. But he is adorable. And
we're in the basement, so there's
all the
fibers
stuff,
in the air
going around. Yes, his ears, his arms. I don't know if it's like
I think he's
too
cute.
much, but he is adorable.
And if you've never felt a Wooble,
yeah,
the yarn is like,
this is like t-shirt yarn, the easy peasy, so it's just very soft.
It's nice.
And it's only like 1 strand, so it won't not pill, but unravel. So it is sturdy. And I got 3 more to do because in April we're going to a concert and I need to have them done. So I'll put them over there. And then finish the main part of my blanket. So I don't really like want to hold it up all like as that, but all the leaves, I think that's 60 leaves.
I haven't seen it with this.
Yeah, I've worked on it upstairs. So now I'm working on buds. And they said green buds and white buds, but I'm doing blue flowers, so I'm going to do blue buds with the white. So I'll be attaching these one by one. These are so pretty. And then there's the blue. And yeah, so I'll be putting the buds on. I'm almost done. I am almost done, but assembling it will take a long time.
So are the white buds going in the blue and the blue buds going in the white?
No, they're just attached to the leaves. So it'll be like flower bud, flower bud.
Oh.
So it'll look really nice. So that's my crocheting stuff for now.
So now what are you working on?
more making them. I have like one more flower to do, I think, or two more.
No, I mean like while we are talking, are you working on a flower?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's that.
All right, so my whips here, and I have quite a few, and this is got February and March progress. I'm pretty much up to date with it. Ooh, I need to move where my needle is. This is my 1 star a day. This is Kirk is the color of the fabric, and it's called Happy Birthday America by Primrose Cottage. And that is one I'm stitching in hand. I'd love your opinion, because I was doing the Betsy Ross thing by stitching it in hand, and it's going. I found a mistake because it's hard to see 36 count for me. I do still use the magnifier, but in hand it's kind of awkward. So I kind of want to give up and go to my Q-snap, since I have lots of extra fabric for the Q-snap. But I feel like I'm giving up if I do that. I don't know. Should I persevere and keep going in hand? Of course, my project bag won't work with a Q-snap.
But you cut it to be that it would fit a Q-snap.
I did cut it to fit a Q-snap because my brain was in 2 places at once. So I do have enough fabric to do that. This is my 1 strand a day, my Narnia. This is the one that, wow, this is taking me so much longer. Like all my other 1 strand projects, it's been like zip, zip, zip. This, because it's just like all over the place, it's coming along nicely, but it's got so much space in between and so much color changes, so many color changes, that the it's just, even though you're doing 30 or 40 stitches with 1 strand, it feels like you're not getting far. And I don't even know what percent I'm at. I should have brought my Kindle downstairs. Because yeah, it's a lot more involved. Does this, yeah, this is actually what it's gonna look like. It's 97 by 128, so it's not like it's huge, but yeah, I just kind of feel like I'm not getting anywhere with it. Obviously I am, but I don't know if I'd say I regret making it my 1 strand project, but it's slow going. I'm pretty sure I could have picked something better. However, I really don't know unless I pull out my Snow White by Primitive Hair. I don't know if I even have anything else to do 1 strand of a day. I mean, if I get all my March goals reached, I can have a new start. But then I'm torn between starting something I created, which I do have a cover photo down here. Whether I'm going to do that or if I'm going to do something small, I don't know. So many decisions. All right, here is my temperature chart. So by Creatively Crafting, it's just little teeny tiny sections every day. So like one day it could be 4 stitches, but then another day it can be 17 stitches. So it's kind of like all over the place. So that was January, that's February, we're working on March. I do put in like 4 or 5 days at once. I do that now with my stars, with my 1 strand, and with this. And I do them all on the same day. That way I'm just changing. And then I hit a goal in one of my bigger projects, and then I go back to doing all my changing, because then I'm not pulling all 3 projects out every single day. I feel like I'm stitching more targeted and faster. Honestly, it makes my pictures a whole lot easier to find. So this is my Rapunzel. It is done for both February and March already. So it's 1,000 stitches since you've seen it last. This is coming along really nice. This would make a good one strand project, to be honest.
What is it?
This is Rapunzel. Rapunzel. That is by Donna Stitch on Etsy. So yeah, that would make a good one strand, but then I wouldn't have my 500, or I'm sorry, that has 2,000 stitches, because I do 1,000 stitches in that every month, because it's essentially full coverage. But I did my Celebrate 2023 fabric because you will see the fabric on the outside of it. All right, then next, ooh, I don't even know what the, oh yeah, fairy tale. This is my sow for Heaven and Earth. Yes, Paid. Let me get you the cover photo because I do have that. I have no illusions of grandeur. This is not going to be finished. I do hope to have one page finished by the end of the year, because I do have a good amount of stitches into that. And I brought my laptop down, so I'm going to pull up my laptop and then I can give you my numbers. I don't know if you'll see my laptop in the video. It really doesn't matter if you do or not. It's got a pretty case. It does have a pretty case. That's exactly right. That's pretty. That is called Fairy Tale. Fairy Tale. And that says I have 5,800 stitches in so far for the year. So I think that's pretty good. And in Rapunzel, I can even see that one. I think I only have 3,000 in that. 3,400 because I put a little bit of extra in January.
Is snoring.
Paris. Yep. Oh, Mermaid. This is my 500 stitches a month. So I did get February and March done in that. So yeah, you can't see Puppy, but you can hear her. We moved her bed underneath of our table that we have here. This is the Little Mermaid floss that my sister dyed for me. I think we do have some of that on our website. Can I give you this back? I'll just set it here until you have it freehand. Let me give you this one too. Sorry, I have to rearrange a bit. All right. Next is Sleeping Beauty. I actually have done this for February and March because one of my groups, Magical Stitches, I think that's what it's called. I am watching Once Upon a Time, the Disney ABC show, and every week we watch 3 episodes. And well, it just so happened to be the week that Aurora showed up. So when I was switching out my projects, because I fully intended to be rolling dice, and I have an 8-sided die, and I thought, oh, I could roll and decide which of my 8 projects I was going to work on. And I just threw out 3 names, and I asked Lauren, my non-stitchy daughter, what should I work on? And she said, well, work on Sleeping Beauty because we're watching Once Upon a Time right now. So I was like, okay. So I got a lot done. I mean, I'm really pleased. I got up to here. This is all done. I'm filling in a little bit up here. But I did start filling in this. This is all new. Because the brown was done. So I brought this over, and it is gridded with sulky. It's the called for fabric, but it is gridded with sulky by sulky sliver. It's kind of like fishing line, so that you can't pierce it. And gridding was a bear, but I'm so glad it was done but I had to do it to find a mistake. Mistake is found, and I did not pull out the gridding because why would I? That would have given me a big headache. So I'll just pull it out when I'm all done. And then Amazing Grace is also done for both months. February and March progress is done because I love working on this. I don't think I don't have what percent I'm done with this, but in all I have 40,998 stitches, and I've been putting 1,000 stitches every month into this. I don't know next year if I'll just keep going with 1,000 or if I'll up it. I fully intended to up it this year, and then I joined the Haid Stitch Along, so there kind of went it kind of changed some of my goals because I added in the extra project. So I had to adjust for that. Let's see here. And then I also got my baby animals done for both months because I always put that one off. So I wanted to make sure I didn't this month. So February and March is both done. So this is February and March. That was February. Did the skunks and the meerkats. And then the coyotes and the birds were my March. So February, March, and then I did this as well. Baby animals, I can tell you so far, that's line 8. That has 19,679 stitches. So I have one more segment to do in April, and then there's 3 in the next row, and we will be done. I'm really excited about that because I'll take a moment here and interject. We are going to have another retreat, Grace Notes Retreat Stitch Along. We actually commissioned a special piece. So this was designed specifically for us based on our color theme, which I guess we can announce is yellow or gold for this year. We also have a secondary theme, which is flowers. And I contacted, so this is the first time we're saying this, it's Becca of Sam Bree Designs, and she graciously said yes and designed a piece for us. It's already stitched. The model stitch is done. It is currently being framed. Only our retreat group so far has gotten a sneak preview of it. As soon as I get the full picture, I will post it both in our retreat group and in our GraceNotesFabrics Facebook group. And then you can both see, because we will, again, it'll be given to people who sign up for it at the retreat, and it'll be given to them at the retreat, and we'll send it out the few weeks beforehand for the people who are stitching at home and want to stitch along with us. Because I always have a retreat start the Friday of the retreat, and it's our stitch along. So this is a piece that's never been done. She's going to release it at Nashville in 2027. So it's kind of exclusive to us. So it's super exciting. It's not as big as baby animals, so it will not take quite a week. I feel like every month it takes me a whole week almost to do this, but I love the piece. I don't regret our choice. I do love the piece. Baby animals is really pretty.
Good choice, huh?
Yeah, Colleen chose that one actually. Where's Colleen? How's Colleen's coming along?
Still got the broccoli tree.
This is my Twyla piece. Do I have the cover photo? No. I will pull it up on my phone for you. So this is my Twyla piece. I've been putting in 1,000 stitches every month on her, and it's Genovia art, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. But that's my Twyla Pixie, and I stitch 1,000 stitches every month on this, and that's in memory of my baby. And I really enjoy working on that. And I'm glad because I'm not sad. I needed something that brought me joy while remembering her. All right. I'm going to show you the one that is making me sad. This is what I'm working on right now. So it's not exactly March finished. And you'll see all the fuzzies. See all those fuzzies? You can see them from the back.
I saw them.
So I was adjusting around that tree last night. That's all I have to do. And then March's segment is done. Like, this could have been done last night. This is what's frustrating. I worked so hard on that. And because all that needs done, I mean, I had to do all of this, right? So it was pretty much this half, okay? But that tree was one stitch off, so I frogged this twice because I was trying to make things fit over here, and I was like, this isn't right. And then I was like, oh, I'll just make it fit. And then I tried to make something else fit. I thought I'd adjust the leaf. And like after the third try, it was like, no. The only way to actually fix this is to take out the stinking tree. So I had to sit there and frog. And Mr. Grace Notes was ready for bed because it was midnight. And he goes, "Are you coming to bed after you frog your tree?" I'm like, yes. And then he was just so kind, sending me frog emojis and gifts and all of those things, like a frog with hearts. I was like, that's a little hurtful that you're loving on frogs. I'm like, I don't know if that's supposed to be funny or hurtful. But anyway, he's like, I feel your pain. He felt really bad for me. So hopefully tonight I will finish that section. So it'll look a lot prettier when you see that next time. Sorry for all the rattling there. Next is another of my favorites. If you haven't noticed a theme, I specifically enjoy working on my full coverage. Like, they seem to be what my favorites are to work on. Look at this. Oh, I get a whole % done every month, which is about 3,000 stitches. And I did 3,000 in February. I have not done March, so I should get a good amount over here done. I got her face all done. I don't know if that was finished. I don't think that was finished in January. So her chin is all done. I just can't look at her enough. Like, I'm going to back up and not hit you, hopefully. She is just so fun to work on. The depressing thing is when you look at my photo, my upside down photo over here. Like, I'm here. Like, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then you see how much I have left. And I know I could end her at any point in time. Like, I could just quit there. But there's so much loveliness in all of this that there's nothing I want to leave out. So I'm not going to, besides the fact that I cut it to size. So I just purposely try to focus on what I'm working on and not look forward. Actually, I tend to do that with a lot of things, don't I? I don't look past today. I don't look past the segment I'm working on. Because Mr. Grace Notes will often ask me, you know, what's next, or how many orders do you have, or what's next on your die list. And I don't know. It's there. Like, how many open orders do you have? I don't know. I can look at the number, but I focus on my oldest orders and making sure we get them out. I don't count how many colors we have on our die list because we have 8 colors per sheet and we print 3 to 4 sheets at a time. So we die those and then, you know, whatever's the next on the spreadsheet, because I just keep making new pages in the same spreadsheet. Like, I'm on sheet 103 or something like that. I just keep renaming them so that we just keep on going and keep on going. So, I don't really look ahead, but when somebody places an order, I go through the colors that are already on the list just to see if it's already there, and then I can put it in the right column versus adding it at the end. So I'm always looking at it, but not exactly examining and looking. I'm not counting. I don't know. And it'll say like how many pieces of fabric are there. I don't know. I don't know.
It's not priority.
What's that?
It's not priority of thought.
Yeah, it's just you know, what needs cut, the things I put over there. Because when it gets low enough, I will just put the roll over into a spot. So I think it's what keeps me sane, because I have so many balls in the air. So sorry about the tangent, but it's kind of like a little bit of insight there of I have so many things going on between the business, the dyeing part of it, the business part of it, the retreats that we have, because now we have our small retreats in addition. So it's, you know, we're just always worrying about tomorrow, but having everything in the correct place, so that when it comes time, like a Worthy Patriot, that is our other sale that we are doing, that we ship out in June. I do not know how many people are signed up for it, because it really doesn't matter. It's not, there is no, I'm not putting an end count on it. So it's just, I dye the right number of fabrics when it comes time to dye them. And I order the right number of scissor fobs. Like, I tally them, and I tell her, like, she knows how many scissor fobs she has to make. And if somebody else signs up and it says add on scissor fob, I just say, hey, add in another one. Same thing with the girl making my project bags. So yeah, there you go. A little bit of a insight there. Okay, then the last project I have, wow, my last whip is my chatelaine, that I have also not worked on. However, let's say I cheated. February stitches I did on March 1st, because February had 28 days and I ran out of time. But I'm going to say, with having a cross-country trip, down the East Coast trip, I think I did pretty good on my stitching for this month. Like, hitting all my goals. Ooh. So, this has been interesting. Like, tons of different things going on. Little tiny stitches. I'm stitching over one with DMC right now, I believe. This looks like DMC. Yeah. I'm stitching over one up here. I think the hardest thing for me right now with my chatelaine is knowing where to go next. Like, what should I work on next? Because every time I look at it, I see something else. I'm like, oh, I missed that, or I didn't see that there. So, yeah, now we're just trying to fill this all in and do everything but the beads. So I'm having fun with that. And then I still have my 500 for March. So I can't wait to see where that takes me. I am doing a little back stitching as I go, just so that that's not all overwhelming at once. But in the time, there were days, I don't know if I even stitched driving. The days, at Disney, I didn't stitch at all. Didn't pick up a needle once. I shouldn't say that. I did pick up my needle. Saturday night, we got back to the hotel early, and I picked up my needle, was going to stitch. Then Mr. Grace Notes was hungry, so we went over to the little cafeteria that they had at our hotel, and we sat down, and he had a burger. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the room. Well, my nephew got a cough. And of course, he was supposed to be getting on a plane on Monday, and they didn't want this cough to get worse, because who wants to get on a plane with a kid who's coughing, even though it's an asthma cough? They wanted to get it knocked out of him. So this was like 9 o'clock at night, and my brother and sister-in-law came to me and they're like, well, first off, they wanted to know if I had cough medicine, because I took pretty much everything you could ask for, like icy hot, Band-Aids of every size, after sun care, all the pain relievers, Benadryl, excuse me, Tums, like everything, because I knew they were flying, I was driving, I could try to head off anything. Pepto, like, I had it all. But I did not have cough syrup. And they asked if they could use my car or if I could pick it up. And I looked to see where the Walmart was. And I was like, well, if Mr. Grace Notes, if John, my husband, wants to go with me, he and I could go for a drive. Okay, fine. And then my brother said, or DoorDash. I was like, well, I don't do DoorDash, but Leanne does. And Lauren does. Well, Leanne more than Lauren. So I'm texting Lauren and Leanne, who are at the park still. And Leanne actually set up the DoorDash for us. So it's just a lot of back and forth. And then that was supposed to have been arriving at a certain amount of time. And then it didn't all happen when it was supposed to. So I'm sitting at the hotel waiting. Like 3 or 4 DoorDash delivery people come. And I'm like walking out to them, greeting them. And they're like trying to hand me their stuff. And I'm like, are you here for Corinne? And they're handing it to me. And I'm like, no. I'm like, it's got to be for Corinne or Leanne Simpson. Like,
you got to verify before you just.
And they're like, such and such a name. I'm like, no. And it's like food. And I have to hand it back to them. I'm like, no. But these DoorDash people are like, they just want it out of their hands and keep on going. The one even like went so far as to sign for me. And I'm like,
no,
this is not Walmart.
Not
and of course, my daughter then goes, no, it's CVS. I'm like, oh, great. Good thing you told me now. So there's that. And then it was just a bunch of little things that till I got back to my room,
like,
no stitching happened.
Bedtime.
Yeah. So I didn't get to stitch that night. Oh, I had promised my daughter to have coffee with her. So obviously at that time of night, I wasn't having coffee. So when she came back, she wanted to still get a soda with me because we had the Disney cups.
Resort cups.
The resort cups that you could just take and get free refills. So yeah, so till I got the medicine back to my brother, I got my resort cup, and then I'm going back and getting a drink with my daughter, and we just sat in the little cafe and just caught up. So it was good things. It was good reasons that I didn't stitch, but
that is why.
Was that?
That is why.
But that is why. And then traveling, I did all of the driving. My sister was supposed to share the driving with me, but I thought I was getting a vehicle that was the same size as my vehicle, which I have a
Honda Pilot,
which seats 8. This vehicle actually only seats 7, but it was newer and bigger. Like, it was bigger this way. I'd say inside was pretty much almost the same as mine.
Yeah,
except it was longer.
The middle row didn't have a center to it, so you walked between the seats to get to the back.
Yeah, it was captain's chairs. So it was a Chevy Tahoe, 2025, 2026, I don't know. But the front of it was huge. Like the engine, the hood, it was a beast. So I called it the beast while I was there. So my sister, who is 4'10", that's being generous.
Yeah,
couldn't see over the hood to drive. She's like, I can't see the road. I'm like, I don't really see the road either, but I can see a whole lot better
you got
than
a
you.
few inches on her.
She's like, in an emergency, I could drive, but it's probably not a good idea. So we stopped every 2 hours pretty much. The one time we pushed to 3.5 hours when we got out of the car. You know how you get that aching hip and your joints and you're like unfolding you're like, oh, it's so good to be out of the car. Well, the days that we did stop every 2 hours, I didn't have any of that. So it's like 2 hours is really good. And my sister, after doing that, she's like, that's actually healthy. And everyone should actually do that because number one, you're keeping your circulation going. You feel better. Anyway, we had an enjoyable trip down. We had a good trip back. But I was a little tired and didn't do a whole lot of stitching other than my daily stitches. I didn't take my temperature chart because I figured it wasn't even worth taking. I took my stars and I did do my fairy tale, my Hade Sal. So I did get that all caught. Like, I made sure I got all of my stitches in that, I think. That or Twyla. I took a few extra projects. I'm glad I did because on our way home, we stopped at cross stitch shops and I was able to show them like the 36 Lugana that I'm stitching the stars on because some shops have never seen that. And my Jobelan that I'm stitching baby animals on. They had never seen or felt Jobelan. So I was actually really glad I did take the projects, even though stitching
They were for
didn't
show and tell.
happen. Yeah, they were more for show than anything else. Let me tell you about my stitches for the months, because you don't get this much from me. And I actually have the numbers, and I brought this down for you. So in January, I had a total of 17,957 stitches. In February, which is a shorter month, 13,348. And so far, I've logged 6,100 this month, but I don't have everything logged because I don't have any of my daily stitching in there. But my total for the year so far is 37,408.
But I don't even have 1,000.
So anyway,
I
had to make that worth bringing down my laptop.
For crochet stitches, though.
Oh yeah, and crochet stitches, you certainly have a lot.
Yes.
So I think we'll talk about Disney and haul all together. Thank you if all you wanted to see were whips. We appreciate you spending your time with us. Please tell people about our channel. We do have cross stitch haul. There's Grace Notes things that we do want to talk about. So even if you want to fast forward until you see some things that look interesting, because we have some new products. But we are going to kind of intersperse some Disney talk because we had a great time.
I'm going to share it with you because
yeah,
you're our friends. I don't have any friends.
Before we went, my aunt gave us a gift with our Disney packets, and this was mine. It's called Floral Stitches. She does all of their library book sales, and she rescued this for me. So I like that.
Oh wow, embroidery.
Yeah, this is embroidery, but I like that. I know I'm kind of showing you the pattern, but I don't think that really tells you much anyway. So it's floral stitchery. Oh, this is not cross stitch. Wow, look at that. Colleen might get into some of this. She likes flowers. I don't know. Just look at that.
It's like 3D.
Yeah, you can make us some bouquets, like some centerpieces.
Is that a beginner book?
I mean, it tells you exactly step by step. Maybe she can make us some stuff for our coffee table.
I don't matter with videos.
So
1.25 speed.
on our way down, I don't think we really stopped at any cross-stitch shops. I did put in our Facebook group, we stopped at a coffee shop that had Grace in the title just because it was Grinds of Grace?
No, it was
something.
Is it something of Grace or Grace?
Grinds of Grace. Grace of, I don't know.
It's on our Facebook group.
It is in our Facebook group. But I just thought, oh, because we wanted to stop at a local shop. So we saw the name Grace and we're like, oh, Grace Notes has to stop here. So we did do that. But other than that, we kind of made a beeline straight down there. We got to Disney.
You guys were relaxing by the time we arrived.
Relaxing?
Well,
no.
You were there. You settled in. Like, you had all your stuff. It wasn't like you were just getting there as we were getting there.
Yes, we got to our rooms and started unpacking the car. Yes. But we also did some walking. And I mean walking. We went to our gift shop. And then we decided that so we were in, what was it called? Music?
All-Stars Music.
All-Stars Music. There's also All-Star Sports and All-Star Movies. These are the economy resorts.
Affordable ones.
Huh?
The affordable ones.
The affordable ones.
Those were crazy.
If you call any of it affordable.
Right.
These were the affordable ones. Because the hotel was more of like a motel. Your doors are all on the outside.
We were on the first floor. Like, we were on level of
the
ground.
street level.
So easy to go to the bus and just walk through
Yeah.
and everything. I'm glad we didn't have to take elevators.
2 of my aunts are handicapped and they had to use scooters.
Yep.
So, yes, we were all on the first floor, which was great.
In our
ground
rooms,
floor.
like, one family
Yeah, we were
had
all
a
together.
suite, and then we just all had, like,
We were in an L.
two different buildings essentially, but they were attached.
Yeah,
And
kind of.
stacked, kind of.
Yeah, and then there was a walkway, so it was really good. We were close to the pool, but then beside the pool was where you check in, and
There's your
the cafeteria.
but just the eating place.
So that was a separate building. You don't check in the same building that you're sleeping in. So it was different. It's multiple buildings. And then there was lots of different buildings that made up All-Star Music. But then over that way would be All-Star Movies, and over that way is All-Star Sports. So you had
football field apparently.
Oh yeah, like it was amazing. But you had to walk, and I mean a big distance to
Like
get to these other
45 minutes?
hotels. Yeah, probably half
Something
hour.
like that.
But my sister and I had time to kill before they got there. So I wouldn't say we were relaxing.
Yeah.
We went over to All-Star Sports together, or movies. I think we went to movies because my sister started an addiction for me. We found pressed pennies. And each hotel had pressed pennies. You could get 8 pressed pennies for $5. So instead of paying $5 for a medallion, you could get 8 pressed pennies for $5. Versus, you know, there's like 3 medallions, 4 medallions at each place would be $20. So I'm like, pressed pennies are a deal. So I started when we went through Disney World and even at Disney Springs.
Disney Springs was crazy.
I started getting pressed pennies.
Show the back of it.
Of course, then, you know, I had to have a book to put my pressed pennies in.
Or a few books.
Yeah, because I filled up a book a day. Because, you know, I don't know how to stop. I have no self-control.
I think she would have stopped if all of them were manual.
Yeah, they were all manual.
Like,
However, on the one day, my niece was with me and she was cranking for me.
She was like, oh, I'll do it. And then she was like, oh, it was a lot.
It was a lot because she had to do 2 sets, one for me and one for her mom. At some of them, I didn't do them. Now, that's the end. That was my little pitiful end. But I bought that one on Amazon.
Nice.
So I'm really sad that so first off was Disney Springs. We did that Thursday night. So they got there Thursday. We had already done the hotels. Well, Aunt Jamie did the one hotel, but that was because her family flew separate to get there. And then she came to Disney Springs after us. So she went to that other hotel while waiting and got me those pennies. But we went to the Star Wars store there and their penny machine was broken. So that was a little sad. But we did find other pennies while we were there. So that was sad. And then at Epcot, I missed out on the one with Jasmine, Morocco, and Mexico. Mexico was broken. Morocco, I don't know how I missed it. I just did. So I was really sad that I missed Mexico and Morocco because I got all the others. Now, on Friday, when we went to, what's the main one called?
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom, I did not get a lot of pennies there because there were a bunch of Mickey and Goofy and them. So if it was all just Donald, Mickey, and Goofy, I passed on those. Yeah, so I didn't get them all. I promise. I mean, I passed a lot of them and just went, no, thank you.
So we had a lot of reservations. We planned all our meals, which was really fun. So one was a letdown. One we missed out on, not for reservations, but just of our meal plans. We had a ton of snacks, which is cool with the meal plan. We also had like snacks per day, and since all my siblings, my sisters were with me, we were like, oh, we just use one here, use one here of yours, and then we'll all share the stuff. So, oh, it's so fun.
And we did the same. My husband and I, we shared our snacks.
Yes. And each day we're running to the rides. We had a big ride that we knew had busy wait time. So we're like, as soon as we get in, because we had early access for being on property, we're like, oh, we're going right to this ride. So it was a Star Wars ride on Saturday. And then I had a reservation for making a lightsaber. And I did that. And here it is. I am very happy with it. It is very hefty. So, you know, after I remember a lightsaber and walking around, all immersed in the whole place, I go into one shop and they have all this stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah. So, I have my lightsaber, and I already picked up a kyber crystal at Disney Springs. So
What is a kyber crystal?
It's how you have your lightsaber work, the colors. So, I'm gonna turn it on very briefly.
It's part of Star Wars lore.
If you know, that's what helps make the lightsaber. I'll turn it on briefly. It's blue! Anyway,
Well, the blue one is when you made.
Yes. This is the one when I made it, because they only give you 4 choices. And they have more colors when you went to your shops. So, in my belt, I got the yellow one. See? And I can kind of open it up to show. It is like a lime greenish color, so
it's not gold.
It's not exactly, you know, this is bright gold. Like, you'd really think it's bright, but not really. But hey, it's all good. The case is pretty cool too. It says kyber crystal on there.
So she did that at Star Wars.
And I purchased it all with these. I'm gonna drop them.
And then my niece had to go buy all of this stuff too.
Yeah, she did too. These are like the galactic credits from Star Wars. So
she got the galactic credits.
Yep.
Now she went, my niece actually like Rey.
Yes.
Because now she says she wasn't Rey, but it was a Rey costume. But she was a Jedi to go there. So then Colleen bought her costume, and
we were walking around a little bit. But since I went over and did other stuff, I wasn't in Star Wars land as much as I wanted to be. And I didn't get pictures with any of the characters.
Yeah,
little bit of regrets, but
they didn't have the. Like, they didn't do autographs. None of the Star Wars characters in that whole area do autographs. I asked, or I was told right away. So it's like, okay, so we will not be asking anybody. But
I did get to run into Mando and Grogu, so that was fun.
I also took a really good picture of Grogu for her. That was even before you got there. We did get early access. I even got in before early access ended, but thankfully, my family kind of let me come behind them, except for the first day. I went with everybody else. But the next 2 days, they went without me because I do take a little bit longer in the morning to pull myself together because I need to have my coffee before I can, like, I gotta let everything start loosening up and moving. And I was sharing a room with my son, so like I really wanted him out of there before I started getting ready, just for many reasons. So he and my husband would go meet the girls and get over there, and the rest of the family. And I ended up with my niece. So I think I told y'all I was a little disappointed that I was not going to get to spend as much time with her as I had planned. Well, it turns out
you had her most of the day.
I actually had her a lot on Friday, some of the day on Saturday, but I had both kids. And then almost the whole day on Sunday. So I had her a whole lot more than you would have ever thought, or I ever thought.
I was the third wheel when they were meeting the princesses.
Yep, she went to see Ariel with us. But
but that wasn't really, it was a show more of actually getting to meet them.
Yeah. So we had fun. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, my sister was like texting me early in the morning, like, can Lizzie just come be with you because we're going to run for this ride and she doesn't want to ride it. And I'm like, all she's going to do is sit in the hotel room while I shower. Is that okay? And she's like, she doesn't care. And she just doesn't want to ride the ride and she didn't want to be in tears because her dad wanted to make her ride the ride. You know how all that goes, right? You guys have dads too, or husbands. So anyway, it really did work out. So we're going to just kind of start with haul because that was kind of our highlights, right? Your highlight was Star Wars.
That, and I really loved Epcot. Epcot was fun, and because I don't know how new the Galaxy's Edge, not Galaxy's Edge, the Guardians ride. That was awesome. I'm gonna go. So that was our first ride for Epcot, and then we just were in the World Showcase. Oh, forever.
Yeah, that's where I spent most of my day too, and I actually think I enjoyed Epcot more than even Magic Kingdom.
Magic
because
Kingdom,
I didn't ride rides. I mean, I did ride 2 things at Magic Kingdom, 3 things. I don't know. Epcot, I rode nothing. Hollywood Studios, nothing. And I did get to Animal Kingdom, and I rode a train. So, oh no, Safari. I did happen to get a corksicle because we had planned that, Colleen and me.
I planned not to get one of their cups, even though they have some Grogu cups and Mandalorian cups. There was the Grogu sling that fits a water bottle, which I had already had this Awala Star Wars branded for plenty of years now. Very nice bottle. So I was like, oh, I'll save some money there, but I want the Grogu. It has the ears, and it's a whole strap, and it's got a little bag too. Like, it is the bag that has the compartment for your bottle, and I can just put my keys in there, sunglasses, little wallet, and then it's...
And oh my god, I got the Little Mermaid one.
It's the excuse for... But I can take the dog and my water bottle.
Plus, it'll be great for retreats.
For driving. Oh, that's true. And I like just walking around, like, if
because then we don't have to take our purse.
I'm not carrying it.
Like, when we want to go, like, from our hotel room down, we don't have to take our purse. We just take our main things down with our water bottle.
The room keys can be in there.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I guess we could have brought that as retreat haul or whatever.
My aunt made this for Grace's Notions, and it's a Galaxy Edge. Excuse me, Galaxy's Edge. Need a mind. So, and at least I know myself and my other aunt is going to make a shadow box in memory of our Disney trip. And there's a lot going in.
Mr. Grace Notes wants me to do that too.
Yeah, and you got some stuff too.
My lunch was good. I mean, I enjoyed my lunch at
Cinderella's
Castle. It would have been more fun, I think, if my niece had attended with me. I don't want to say I felt silly, but I enjoyed my time there. But I did dress up. If I think about it, I'll insert a picture here because I was wearing my skirt. I just pulled on an elastic waisted skirt over top of my leggings.
And I had like a princess shirt.
And I had a princess shirt on, and I put on ballet flats. So, and I had a tiara. So I did wear my tiara, and I did get lots of attention from the princesses for that. So that was kind of fun.
Are you another princess?
I had some good talks with some of them. Actually, Aurora loved it most of all because it had all the color jewels, because I didn't want to be one specific. I didn't want to pay homage to one specific princess because I like them all. Lizzie tried to ask me beforehand who my favorite princess was. I was like, I like them all almost equal, but the older original ones have become more of my favorites. So I like Snow White, Cinderella, and Aurora more than I used to, and Belle. And so anyway, I had all the crawlers of crystals so that I could be part of them all.
Yeah.
And Aurora said something like that would have taken care of the problem with her make it pink, make it blue. Because you have them both, and that would have solved all my problems. Anyway, that had a little attention, but you know, I kind of was jealous of it. So it wasn't that I felt funny. I was kind of jealous of all the families with kids there.
But since, like, with the reservations and the price of it, like, for us, for her, it was taking to the sit-down plan.
Yeah.
Dining plans. But the cost, if you were
paying... And the time involved.
It's that they say that the experience of meeting the characters is factored into the price, so she couldn't just sit in, even if she didn't eat.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't let my niece come even if she wasn't eating.
Exactly.
So that was a little disappointing, but
hey, you ask, you never know.
All right, so this is our fabric of the month from last month. I took it back.
Okay.
So this is our color. I just had Colleen put all of the linen and Ada away and all the extra pieces, so we have none to show you after being so good the month before. This is February. So this is our color, and that is called Cinder. See, I was in the mood for Cinderella. Cinder is actually a book. Who's the author?
Marissa Meyer?
Huh?
Is it Marissa?
Marissa Meyer?
Yeah, or Myers. But it's the Lunar Chronicles that we read as teenagers.
Yeah, I love them.
It's like a sci-fi, not dystopian, but
it is dystopian.
I would say dystopian. And a take on like the Costco stories of
And then Mirage is our neutral. You can see how differently the Joe Blaine took from the Lugana. Well, Colleen's is more like everybody else's colors. March is in the process of being dyed. The color is done, and 3/4 of the neutral is done. So that will be going out hopefully on Friday. We should be done ironing and able to ship. So that is good. So in here I have haul because I went to shops and I did Disney shopping. And I'm only showing you my Disney haul of things that are cross-stitch related, in my opinion. I mean, my lanyard is not cross-stitch related. But I figured these could be zipper pulls. Do you want to show this stuff as I pull it out?
Or I'll just pull it out.
Oh, you pull it out for me? So, to me, this is zipper pulls. These are going to be needle minders. And I had to go to Animal Kingdom or else I wouldn't let myself buy that.
There's more zipper pulls.
Oh, I went... More zipper pulls. I really did like all the stuff at United Kingdom. Oh, so classy, so elegant. So I got a few mini things, Minnie Mouse. I got lots of shirts. I didn't plan on buying any shirts.
I wanted a shirt, but I bought 0. I bought a shirt with nothing.
That is from Epcot. At Disney Springs, I went to the Coca-Cola store. That was our first stop.
It was cool.
This will be Floss String Bling. My keychain. Like that. This is going to be one heavy needle minder. It's got all the princesses. Oh, Mary Poppins was also at United Kingdom. Yep. And then France. Yeah.
Yeah. You never told me they were able to do it.
So I found earrings and I took one set and gave the other of the pair to my niece. And that was our pins. So instead of earrings, these are our pins to go on our lanyard or... So I think they're too tiny for needle minders, but these lanyards are supposed to be for your pins.
I don't like them personally because it just makes them heavy and they'll hit each other.
I didn't want to wear them. Yeah, because it would be too heavy.
Yeah.
But I thought for at home, I could put my earrings through it as pins because these are going to be made into needle minders. So no way was my lanyard going to become a pin holder.
I did get Star Wars one. It's already my keys. Those are blind boxes.
We did a blind box at Disney Springs.
And it came with 2, so it was very nice.
It was a blind box. I had 2, and they were the 2 best. I got Snow White and Belle. So I was very, very happy. But Colleen and I did a few blind box things together that night, so I'm not showing you those.
I got Grogu bobbleheads. There's the Dome Princess ones.
You got the Cinderella.
Yeah, it was like the little... She's just sitting on her carriage.
Like chibi face girl. Any other Disney haul for you that you're showing? I think that was it. Like I did not go pin crazy. Like they had all the pin trading. Like that was it. I bought one at each park pretty much, and then a couple at because of Epcot, and that was when Mr. GraceNotes was with me. I did so much less spending when he was not with me.
Like, yeah, because she was like, he'll just say get it.
Yeah, he always says get it. Just
they had a Pandora, which was nice.
Oh, yeah, we did
that. I got a Pirates of the Caribbean charm.
Oh,
that was nice.
These are a limited edition.
I have mine.
No, that's your.
Oh.
These are our other one.
And are they 2 different colors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I don't know if you've seen on our website, we have been selling Kohana scissors for a little bit of time. But back in, was it November? I ordered these.
Something like that.
They were to ship in February. And so these are not available anymore. You cannot order them, unfortunately. Look how close.
but it's
So
different.
this is their spring. This was a spring, even though it was February.
I thought those were spring.
No, that's their 2026 limited edition. These were just like a February special.
Well, it says anniversary.
Oh, the anniversary releases.
Yeah, mine's like a tealish green.
So she got the blue version, blue green, and I got the pink.
And I had to like look
I think it's
them
vermilion.
lacquer or the color. Yeah, I got to see them like one time, and then they go into the bag to be shown. So I haven't seen them for a while. Yeah, mine said
Yeah, Ashoka.
Asanoha,
Oh, that's what mine says.
but lacquered small scissors. Yeah, anniversary small ones. Nice, nice, nice. I like them, and I love my tiny ones. I call it the little dumpling case thing. So I just have my threader and my.
Well, I don't need that anymore. So that is trash.
They wrap them up. Oh, trash. Yeah, they wrap them up really nicely. And then you will show more from.
Yeah, because that came before.
Okay.
See if I can remember what came from which shop.
They picked me up from Sassy Jack Stitchery, an Italian pair of scissors, and a teeny tiny crochet hook.
That's from the little shop.
Yeah, it doesn't say from who, but that thing is tiny.
I got 3 pairs of scissors there.
Like, I don't know. Like I know people can crochet with embroidery thread, but like,
So
can't even see
what?
them.
Oh, they gave me this. Hey Herschel. Hey Jack. Sassy Jack Stitchery.
Ah.
That's cute. I didn't even see that till now.
Can't even see.
So I got these Premax scissors as well. So I got her blue and me some purpley pink. And then I did pick up some Veriswa 100.3 for a special project, and I will show you that special project in a moment. And then also at Sassy Jack's, I got these.
I haven't
Are
seen
they
those.
not so cute? They're by the Scissorist. So I have my own Scissorist scissors.
Are they flowers?
They're moonbeams, or I forget what they're called.
Okay, so it's interesting.
Yes. And they came in a case like this. These were
Genuine lover.
sold at, I forget where they released them first, but they sold them again at Market. So she brought these back, and they were in her Market haul, so I just had to have it, you know. And then I think this is from the little shop. Let me see. Yes. That is where I got the little tiny crochet hook. And the lady said she uses that to hide threads. So it's like a fiber hider. It's called a mini crochet hook number 15. So if that works well, then I might have to get them. And then I got an Alessandra Adelaide Paris, because I had to have that. My sister found it and goes, I know you want this. Wasn't that kind of her? That one was a very small cross-stitch shop, cash only. I don't really remember the name, but Sassy Jack's, my sister and I actually got to have lunch with them. We had such a good time, such a good visit.
I don't know if it's.
We had a blast.
Is that the same place that gave you honey?
No,
So we got a
that was
bottle
Cross Stitch and Crafts.
homemade bottle of honey.
Yes. No, that wasn't Cross Stitch and Crafts. Cross Stitch and Crafts was the same day? No, the next day. So those 2 shops I did on Tuesday, and then started with Cross Stitch and Crafts in Johnson City. Oh wait, my sister bought me these needle minders. Oops.
Which one's it? Oh, this is it.
They're actually magnets. They're from Epcot.
Wow.
So, stitchy kindness.
Is it the ball?
We also went to Stacy's Thread the Needle on Tuesday. And I got this, the Stitcher's Best Friend, while I was there. Jamie spent a little bit of money there. So I was like, okay, you spend. But while I was there, I didn't tell y'all. Saturday, I started getting sun poisoning.
Yes.
And then Sunday, it was full blown, starting to puff up a little bit. I almost looked like I had poison ivy. So I wore a really lightweight jacket most of the day because it would protect my arms, and people wouldn't think I had something contagious.
And since then, we've looked into health precaution stuff too.
Yeah, some UV
future things.
T-shirts.
Sunscreen infused.
I did. I sunscreened every 2 hours, but it doesn't matter. I'm on 3 medications that make you super sensitive to the sun. So as a kid, I tanned beautifully. I never burned. And I wore a hat, so you can see my face is good. However, my ears were all blistered and my neck where my purse was. But before we went to thread the needle, my sister made me go to urgent care. I did call my doctor and I was like, can I do a televisit? And they said, are you out of state? And I said, yes. And I guess there's a new law that's passed and they couldn't prescribe something to me if that was necessary, which it ended up being necessary. So when I went to urgent care, they put me on a 2-day steroid. It knocked it out, made it not so itchy. They had to give me a non-drowsy Benadryl concoction. Yeah, so that because I was doing all the driving, but I was in full-blown blisters, like liquefied blisters on my arms by then. It was bad. I don't want to gross anybody out, but
I'm already grossed out.
My sister and I were like, oh, we don't need to get a cart today. We can just carry everything, because I had my Hulkin, which was awesome.
Into the next hotel, yeah.
Yeah, so we were bringing the Hulkin down, and everything's on our shoulders. And I go to put the next to last bag into the car, and it slid down my arm. And
injured. Let's just say
opened
that.
some stuff up. And thankfully, I had sleeves on, so protected, like nothing. There was no exposure, so that was good. I ran right to the bathroom. Cleaned up my arm, I used soap, cleaned my jacket, let that dry out.
And she was just at urgent care.
I know, I was just at urgent care. But I had these gigantic bandages with me, so that was perfect size. I'm like, Jamie, I need you to put this on me because I can't. I want it centered exactly right, and it was exactly the right size.
I would have passed out.
But I wasn't bleeding, so that was good. And I've been changing it, and there is new skin growth and it's healing and I'm doing much better. And like, I don't look like I had poison anymore. Yeah. Like my arms were like, there's a little bit, but I was so bad. Like at urgent care, the doctor came in and she goes, if the nurse hadn't just told her what
it was
she said, I looked like I had poison ivy. Like, that's how bad it was. But
like, oh, were you just at Disney?
Yeah, so I got to come home with extra stuff that other people didn't get to. And of course my sister's like sitting there because my hands are on the steering wheel, so they're constantly being exposed to the sun. I'm constantly like sunscreening them, and finally we got cortisone, and she said she just kept yelling at me, stop itching. I'm like, ugh. So anyway, that was fun.
Co-pilot.
Yeah, she was good. Okay, so that was Tuesday. So urgent care was Tuesday. We went to 2 shops on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we went to Johnson City. We went to Cross Stitch and Crafts. Had a really good visit. Also saw a yarn shop there. I don't remember where I bought this.
Doesn't say right there?
That's the person who made them. But Aunt Jamie said she wasn't surprised that I bought that one. I think this was my last stop where I got the honey. So anyway, I got that needle minder. And I can't even think of what the name of that shop was, because I think Aunt Jamie did most of the buying there. So at Cross Stitch and Crafts, I bought Lucy Beam's Coffee Dreams, and they had platitudes at, so this was the Nashville release, and so were the platitudes. So I got those. But, where's our leather things?
Yeah, I don't know where those got to. The pouches.
They were in my bag.
Paris, where'd you put them?
Oh, hey look.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, my last stop was Cross Stitch Station. What do you know? Okay. So I did buy more than I thought. Anyway, when I got off the hotel or the elevator, this was kind of funny. So this is at Cross Stitch and Crafts. I get off the elevator, and standing right in front of me at the cash register was Annie, the proper stitcher. And the elevator door opens, and it walks. My sister and I were both stunned because we came up off the street, and you're in the shop. It's not a hallway. There's not an extra door. You're just actually in the shop. So we were both kind of stunned, like, oh, we're here. And it took a second, and then the next thing I saw was Annie. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And Annie's staring at me, and I've got my GraceNotesFabrics t-shirt on, and she's pointing at me. I'm pointing at her, and I'm like, ah! And, you know, it's the first time we're meeting in person. So, because we have Zoomed, we FaceTimed together before. So we're hugging and all this, and the ladies who were standing next to the cash register, they all just started dying laughing, and we're like, what the world's going on? And she's like, you left someone on the elevator. And I was like, the elevator doors had closed behind me, and I just answered them, but I was like, oh, that's just my sister. It didn't dawn on me that she didn't come off with me, but she let the doors close. She didn't try to stop. It was just kind of funny. But anyway, next thing out comes my sister. So I got to introduce her to all the staff and Annie, and that was cool. So anyway, while I was there, we also saw these pouches. And I got these, one for Colleen and one for me. Hers says, actually they both do, USA 250. These are made by the Scissorist. Ta-da! These were also a Nashville release.
Very nice. I would see people with the pouches, and I'm like, I want one. And they got like a back pocket here, and then even like you could put your cards in here. In that compartment.
But Annie graciously gave me
a few
these patterns. She sent these to me after I met her. So that was really cool. And I had asked her to autograph one for Mr. Grace Notes. So I think it was Biscornus or Smalls, that are Americana, that is upstairs. He has it, and it was signed and dedicated to him, which was really cool because I knew he'd be really sad that he missed meeting her. So I took a picture, I sent it, I said, look who I'm with, and he was a little jealous. And then we drove up towards our next stop, spent the night, and then that morning, it snowed. So we went to the little shop. We spent some time till we came out. The car was covered already. Thankfully, I used a rental car. I talked earlier about the Tahoe. It was a rental. My husband asked me to do that instead of take my car, which I'm glad I did, for multiple reasons. But yeah, they had that in there. But at Cross Stitch Station, her husband is a beekeeper. So anything with bees, she likes to bring into the shop. But she also makes, or he collects honey. So we brought home some of their honey. She very kindly gave to my daughter because my daughter's been substituting honey in place of sugar in baking. Yeah. So these are some dinky dyes that are honeybee. So I had to buy those. This was from Nashville. I just thought it was so, so cute. See who it's by? No. And then I got this from Mr. Grace Notes. I didn't even give this to him yet.
Probably because you wanted to show it.
Well, he'll see this when I go upstairs. I bought that for him.
I'd love you for him.
One flag, one land. And then this is Cricklewood Crossing. I don't know that these were not Nashville. These were things she had framed. She stitches almost all of her own models in this. I mean, she is a little bit older, but this place was covered in models. And I asked her about model stitching. She goes, I wish people would model stitch for me. She goes, but I do on my own. Stand amazed. It says, we will stand amazed to see the top side of the tapestry and how beautifully God embroidered each circumstance into a pattern for our goodness and his glory. So I love just how they interwove, I would say, my faith with cross-stitch words. So you stitching words with Christian words. So I liked how that was all woven together. So that's why I got that one for me. For my husband, it says one flag, one land, one heart, one hand, one nation. But he has a thing for eagles.
Mm-hmm.
He loves eagles. Ah! I don't know. I think this was a national. Yes, this is a Nashville Needlework Show 2026 exclusive by Miller Fleur. And it's called Needle Heaven. It says a place for broken needles and pins. And I thought this was so cool. So she's going to have to lace this for me. And then I'm just going to have to magnetize it or Velcro it to some kind of stand. Because you put fabric there and you put your broken needles there.
Yes, but you would sew it on before it's laced.
You sew that on. But the needles go in.
Just pinch them in,
yeah. Yeah, so they have to be like flat folded. Or it has to be a flat fold, not framed. So that you can keep using it.
You mean not behind glass?
Yes.
That's the only difference.
Okay. And then, because I'm ambitious, I got this. So this was also from Nashville. On the Go Keeper Bag. It is a pattern to make project bags. Because I don't do them well.
I mean, yeah, it's better. It shows you step by step.
That's by Cherry Blossoms. So that was from Cross Stitch Station. Is that everything?
I think so, besides.
Okay. And then I have one last thing after that.
Yay.
Okay.
There's two more things.
Let's put that there for Mr. Grace Notes. All right, I'm going to try to put all this back here because you want to start, well, yours is out of the box, so you could technically show it. Go ahead.
More Kahanas. It was their spring collection. Only got this in the mail a few days ago. Pink ones.
So it's Sakura.
Sakura.
Is the
Cherry Blossom.
But it is their 2026 collection, and it is a limited edition. So we had to sign on at a certain time to be able to order these. Some of these items are completely out of stock. You cannot buy them anywhere because whatever shops have or people had ordered, because we didn't get to order any earlier than you would have been able to.
Yeah.
So, and then there were some items, like if you look even on my Facebook page, I put a big picture. It had all the Sakura items. I couldn't order all those things in. Some of them, so like, let's say those scissors that Colleen showed earlier, the blue and pink that we showed, those were limited edition items. I could not get those to bring in for the shop. They were retail only. They did not sell those wholesale, so shops could not order them in. So I couldn't order them at the same time as a shop order. So some of those items were retail only that you see in that bundle. So I couldn't order them in. These were both shops and people could order them in. So what you see is gone. However, these they do still have. So you could still buy the scissors.
This one, give her the beak.
But these are pretty much all that I think they still have available. So I brought in both the pink ones, and then they also have a purple sheath. So I have those. They're already up on our website. The pink and the purple sheath ones. However, you can't even buy these from Kohana. They are out of stock. They already sold out of what they had. She's going to open them up so you can see them without the glare. Oh, I'm sorry. She's going to show you the needle minders. They're called a needle rest. I should change that title. Are they magnetic?
I don't know. I didn't try, but they show with the needle, so.
It's to be laid on. Yeah, it is. It is magnetic a little bit. So I think a needle would be okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's got like
it's not magnet on the other side. It's felt. So it's to be set.
Mm-hmm. It's so cute.
And we had those in both pink and purple. The purple is a different shape. I'll let Colleen open this while I talk. These are, you want to open the purple? These are also not available from Kohana anymore. They sold out of them as well. So, yeah, what we have is all there is. And then, go ahead. Oh, I was thinking about our upcoming retreat. She'll show it. She wants to have me show it. Mm-hmm. It's so pretty. But I like them, so I got a pink and purple for myself. So each of our tiny retreats, our little retreat, we've had kind of a theme going on. And this month, or April, is going to be coffee themed. So I did bring in some Mill Hill kits that are coffee themed, but these are mine. So this is haul for me. I brought these ones in. There's so many more on the website. These are the first ones I grabbed for myself.
So you can purchase them before a retreat and bring them, or actually we could deliver them maybe.
We can deliver them. You can, if you want them and you want them to be pulled back, I can invoice you ahead of time with no shipping, so that they have your name on them.
And then you can tell her, hey, let's start them here.
Yeah, we have a start. We can start together. But this is in the series that I was doing before, but I wanted to just, these are mine. There's other ones, but I wanted to grab the ones that I liked the most. The other ones I like, but they're bigger. So I don't know when I'd ever get to those. And then, so if you couldn't see with the pins, I kind of, I've always liked pins. I've showed them before, especially Disney pins. And I couldn't justify the price for the pins for the princesses. Like, I did not buy any princess pins. I got the one that has 6 or 8 of them. Like, I was like, I can't decide which princess. I'm not going to. Besides that, I like to go through box lunch. Because they have specials from time to time. But they also have the blind boxes. And if you don't know the blind boxes, they're scary.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, because
they're addicting.
There's like, there's 6 of these. And so I bought 8 boxes, hoping to get one of each of these 6 designs. But, you know, you only got, I get 3 of one. So then you're really screwed. So I got all these little pins that I'm going to make into needle minders one day. And I was really bummed I didn't get them all, obviously. Because the 2 I didn't get was Cinderella and Aurora. You know, the ones that I really, really wanted.
And they were sold out online.
They were sold out online, and Colleen went. What'd you buy?
And I bought 6.
We only opened 3.
Yes.
And 2 out of 3 were the ones I wanted. So the other 3 we're going to try to exchange for other blind boxes. I don't know what they'll let me do. But anyway, these are the other ones I got. And I got duplicates because I think I bought 5 or 6 of these. So these are the luggage tags.
Happily took the ones off her.
Yeah, she took my extras. And then Colleen, when she went to box lunch at the mall, she got me the water bottle. Hot Topic?
Yeah.
She got me the water bottle. And she only got me 1, so it wouldn't be a duplicate.
Yeah,
so that was cool.
Had like cowboy boots and all that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, Tumblr's more her.
Water bottles. I'm all about water bottles. All right. Now I'm going to show you my big thing. I did a thing. I think I spoke about it because it's not something that's normally, typically me. I got the Hands Across the Sea red box. I needed to know what all the fuss was about. She only makes so many,
Which is still a crap ton of them.
I think it was like 900 of them. But anyway, I was super excited to open this. I did not do an unboxing video. I've watched other people's unboxing videos and I don't know. It's interesting. So I didn't want to bore anybody. We'll just go that way. So when I first opened it up, let's just say this is the most Corinne box that Hands Across the Sea could have done, because you know I'm not huge into samplers. Well, the needle minder is a horse. I love horses. The samplers that I like have horses on them. Like, that's what draws me. Horses or dogs. And it's got a B above that horse. So that is really cool. There was a little zipper pouch project bag in there. Now, I didn't notice it right away, but my friend noticed it. Or did you notice? There was something that creepy crawly slithers on there.
That's her.
So my friend is doctoring it up so it's usable.
Not that I came looking or anything.
There was also a glasses case, which couldn't be more me, because she had a glasses case in the first one. I was like, oh, I wish I could get the first box, because I'd love to have a glasses case because I have my stitching glasses. And that also has the creepy crawly thing on it. So she's just seeing what she can do with it.
Creepy slithering thing.
Yeah. Then there's a zipper pull that's a butterfly. So that's really cute. Oh my goodness. And this has blue for Colleen, green for Alan, purple for Lauren, and we'll just say pink for Leanne.
Or you say pink for me and then blue for Leanne, because that was us as kids.
Yeah. And then the floss ring bling is also a horse. This is not the kind of stuff, the accessories that she puts in all of her boxes. So zipper pull, floss ring bling, and needle minder. You can't get more me. That was so cool. Like, that was just wow. So some people have asked me about what charts I got in here. So I'm just going to quickly go through them for you. So Elizabeth Parks, this is my favorite. This one I will do someday, and that's got the horse. This is where most of the stuff came from. She did make a project bag fabric that you could order, but it's not this. So the panel isn't this. So I was like, I don't know. I saw my coupon I could use. There's just something about this. It's called Molly Stone. It's probably the colors, but I just really like this, and I think I could do that on my Molly fabric. So maybe I'm just, you know how I'm doing my Twyla memory piece, maybe this would be my Molly memory piece, because it's Molly Stone and I do it on Molly fabric. So maybe that's why I would want to do that. So I'm showing you my favorites first. I'm not a bird person, but Elizabeth is our middle name. So I don't know. There's just something about this. The fall colors, maybe. I really, really like this. And it is not a typical sampler, so yeah, I get that. There's not the alphabet. So I'm not sure why. I really, really like that. Okay, hold that one up. That's the other one that I thought I could do.
The Garden of Eden, which I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Oh yeah, it's like so tiny it's white. So
yeah.
That's beige fabric. It's kind of hard to see.
My friend said she'd do the tree, or Colleen could do the tree. However, it is on the cover. So that's why Colleen held that up for you. Because it's the Garden of Eden. It is so tiny, but I can't touch it. And I decided, as I was going through the next several patterns, there's a piece of this one and a piece of that one that I liked. but the whole thing I did not. And obviously I don't have enough life in me to do all of them anyway. So I was going to add the bottom of this Bristol sampler into it, but I just felt like it was too much red. It didn't belong. It didn't fit. So I don't know what I'll do with it, but I do really like this. I was charting some of this and it just didn't fit. Like, it was too big. Like, the rest of it went together so perfectly. This didn't fit. So I don't know how I'm going to get that in, like what I'm going to do with it, but it'll be something someday. But when I opened up Emily Clement, that dog, I've never seen a dog like that on a sampler.
The big one.
The big dog. And that alphabet.
I like the chickens.
Because you like the chickens? Well, I didn't love the roosters. But the alphabet, I really, really like that alphabet. It's lots of colors, but it just grabbed me because I'm not an alphabet person. And I just something about it I really, really liked. So that's Emily Clement. And then we go to Winifred Seabright. And I like the colors. The colors grab me. But that house. Look at that house.
Brick house.
The brick house. Just really like that house. But the whole thing doesn't grab me. Like, I don't like all the words.
Exactly.
Like, there's just too much. There's just so much on there. And these girls did put a lot of work into these. But I don't know. This one, this is Odile Francois. Alphabets do nothing for me. The borders are meh. But wow, look at those colors. All those little motifs with those gorgeous colors. I was in love. Let's just say that. I just loved it. So that's 3. And then we get to... Oh, I don't know. This one... this is Sarah Royal. This one's nothing for me. I mean, I shouldn't say it's nothing for me, but I didn't use any of this, did I? Although that looks familiar.
The doggy.
I didn't do anything with Sarah Royal, but that one's cute. Maybe that was like a maybe.
The dog.
Yeah, but I didn't use the dog. I feel like I used the. Maybe I did. Because I liked the dog and I liked the man, and I remember charting a man. So maybe I did do this. I might have done this. I don't know. Because I do like that. So that would be 4. You bored? Oh. VM Baker, Fair Play is a Jewel. There's a little quick Christmas one. So I guess, yeah, Sarah Royal was it. But where's my border? Because there's one border that just grabbed
There's like
me.
2 more envelopes in there.
Yeah, but it had to have been one of these. It's this one. Winifred. I also liked her border.
Yeah.
Sorry. I have to come back to her. I came back to her a lot. And I'm going to show you why. Because then I was like seeing this thing in my head over and over and over again. So, yep, you're right. I did take Sarah. It says, may I always ready stand with my lamp burning in my hand. May I in sight of heaven rejoice when I hear the bridegroom's voice. That was the Sarah Royal that I said I was unsure of. Because that was the only verse or, because it's not scripture, poem that I really liked. So I have Emily, Sarah, Winifred, and Odile. And I created one sampler with all of them. And I took Winifred's border, put that around, and then I have that dog and a couple of the little motifs with that alphabet from her. Then I did that middle border, and I did use a few of her big things because I kept it original to them, and I used their borders. So this is also hers, Sarah Royal. and then we get into Winifred, and then we get into O'Dials. So all of this belongs to O'Dial. So I did put their names in it and I honored them, but I had the house, I have an alphabet, I have a verse, and then I just have some motifs. So to me, I got to keep the major part of 4 of them. And that's what I was thinking about, putting that Bristol sampler, and then it just didn't seem to fit. This one I kind of, I don't know. Part of it I like, part I don't, but I don't want to rip them all apart, you know. Where Birds Once Sang. Or if I do, I have to finish that one before I start charting another.
Yeah.
So those Vera Soie that you saw, the 100.3, are the first 3 colors in this project that I created on my own. So I'm super excited. This is, yeah, Mary Borrowdale. So I'm just going to kind of go quickly through this. So if you are ever interested in a Hands Across the Sea red box, you do get a lot of stuff. And then there's coupons to several shops that support them. Rebecca Austin. I also like this one, the colors of that. But again, I picked my favorites out, and then I picked the pieces that I was like in love with, because those pieces that I put into that sampler, I was like in love with. Like, I have to have this. I have to do this. I don't have to do the whole sampler, because I also like this. This is the namesake, All Creatures, Great and Small. So there's, you know, and they give you the 100.3 Swattage and DMC conversions. So you can do any of those. You don't have to do the 100.3. And then here it is. This was just a card, kind of like a thank you card from Nicola. But yeah, there was a Hands Across the Sea voucher, Luby Lou Designs. Oh, so that's who was willing to make the project bags using her fabric. Hobby House, Cedar River Linen, Swan Bay Fabrics, and even Fox and Rabbit. So they give you coupon codes. So you do get a lot in that box, but it is a bit pricey. I'm glad I did it because, like I said, this was the most per inbox that she would have ever have done. She had no idea. She has no idea who I am. I'm just in her Facebook group. All right. So thank you very much for sticking with us through this very long video. So as a side note, we did not pay for Disney. That was a gift to us, our whole family, from my aunt. But that's why we were able to buy all of the souvenirs that we could. And
I would always say,
yeah, she and my other daughter were saving all year for it. Well, since we knew about it, for it. We did up until like 3 days before. Oh, look who came. She woke up. 3 days before I left, because I left Monday. 3 days before I left. And I left Monday because my mom babysat the little puppy. So she had her own vacation. And she was very good. And she was like fine when I left. It was weird. But anyway.
She was like, okay, it's game time.
Yeah, she was like, okay, I'm with Grammy. Couldn't have planned that better. But anyway, 3 days before I left, we had every single order caught up. Like, we've never, have we? Maybe once. But it does make you realize that we are a revolving business, which is what keeps us in business. So we're very happy and we're very thankful for all of you. But we had 0 orders except for like new fabric of the month. We had nothing on the books. And then 3 days before we left, I got an order with like 4 or 5 colors. So that got put on my die list. The next order that came in had 3 or 4 colors, none of them the same. So anyway, till I came home, we have 7 lists again, which is great because, again, thank you. That's what keeps us in business. And we appreciate you all. We appreciate your orders. But yes, as of 3 days before I left, we had everything sent out, which was a good feeling. So we are working on orders this week. After we finish Fabric of the Month, next week is more orders. We did get more sent out this past weekend. In the end of April, we do have our Grace Notes Stitch Away. We are full. Oh, for the Grace Notes Retreat in June, we do have 1 spot open. So I will let y'all know that. Go ahead and fill out the registration form. That's our waiting list. because I'm sure we'll have other cancellations as well. So if you're interested in that, we have that upcoming. Anything else? Her Lord of the Rings concerts in April, so we're looking forward to that.
Yep.
But other than that, we will see you after our stitch away.
Nice.
All right. Happy stitching.